Okay, we are live, and I guess it's going to be a solo show because. Oh my gosh.
Wait, you don't watch yourself when you?
No, I do. I needed to
Okay.
pull up. I'm not configured in my
All right.
normal configuration.
Yeah, we're a little bit rushed right now.
Yeah.
If you couldn't tell, we're live. Show choir live. This is so weird. We haven't been together in a season on a show. It was last year, last
California.
season. Was there a Chicago
We're
one?
live finally. Yeah, it was around my birthday, I think.
Yeah.
Quite possibly. Okay. This looks right. This looks right. This looks right.
What do we have to remember? Remember, we used to watch back our shows together, and we used to watch them and think they looked so awkward. Is it because we didn't look at each other,
it was the camera. People want us to look at the camera.
The camera.
Yeah, that's what the
Hello.
deal is. All right, so we're good. And I've got this. Yeah.
Yeah,
see,
I got
there's
mine
like
here
so
too.
many things. Okay, hello everyone.
We're here.
We're here. It's a thing. Welcome to Show Choir Live. Welcome to Chicago, where it's probably
54.
I was gonna say 48.
I think you're right. You're probably closer.
Okay.
I'll look it up.
So anyhow, welcome to the show. We finally were able to get together, and we've got the show going, and I've got a lot of shout outs to give, so that's how I'm going to start the show today. And I've got 40 shout outs, which is a pretty good number.
52 degrees.
50. Isn't that what I said?
You said 48. I think I said 56.
Oh, you said 50.
I don't know.
I think no one knows. I think you said 52.
There's
okay.
no history of it.
No, someone can tell us though, maybe. Okay, so here's who I'm shouting out: Patrick, Nick, Ellie, JJ, Savannah, Nick, Trevor, Vance, Brendan, Alex, James, Lex, Atchison Choir Department, Sam, Elena, Jake, Kristen Morris, Patrick, Eaton, Lindsay, Evan, Devin, Laurel, Urbandale Show Choir, Justin, Lexi, Andrew, Braxton, Bernie, Hank, Sawyer, Isaac, Hallie, Alex, Braxton. It says Braxy, Wichita Flight, Chris Jones, Ryan, Luis. So thank you all for retweeting and spreading the word. And I haven't even said hi.
Yeah, we just
the first
met.
thing I said to you was I just locked us out.
Yeah, he locked us out.
So
I got in an Uber from
Uptown?
I was
Yeah.
Uptown, hopped in the Uber, traveled, got here. You literally just
we
arrived.
just walked in from a birthday dinner in the suburbs, so it's all happening.
It's good to see you,
Yeah,
man.
how are you?
I'm great. Reunion on camera.
Yeah, okay, so you were in Avon.
Well, on Friday night, I was in Cedar Rapids.
That's right. Okay.
I was
give us the
crazy and stupid and said yes to a middle school judging job at Cedar Rapids, which was fantastic. Taft Middle School in the area won the competition, and they were fantastic. They were a surprise. McKinley came in second, and they won the competition the year before. And I didn't get to critique them, but I got to critique Taft. They had the whole package. Middle schools in the Cedar Rapids area are
like part of the high school program,
you would think, you would think it's almost like a prep group in Iowa.
Right.
They're fantastic. So then after that, I hopped in my car at 8:45 at night and drove 5.5 hours to Avon, Indiana, not accounting that I lose an hour.
Yeah. Oh.
So I thought I was going to arrive at 2:30 in the morning. I arose.
We'll take it. Yeah.
Sure. 3:30 I got there and had to have my alarm go off at 6:15, and then I proceeded to score 28 shows.
Oh my gosh.
On the Indiana sheet.
And then you woke up and came here.
Yeah, I went to bed after the competition and drove to Chicago.
Yeah. So tell me about the contest. Was it in a gym?
It was
auditorium?
in a beautiful auditorium. I would say seats 1700. I never got a number when I was there. No one really knew, but it was big and it was beautiful. The high school is huge at Avon. The contest was really well run. The finalists were Ben Davis, Carroll, Plainfield, Brownsburg, and Castle. Other competitors, Pike was there, and they had an amazing performance. Franklin Community, who I had never seen before, they were there. Wonderful, wonderful show. The 5 finalists, all very tight. 4th place was Carol, and they came away with best choreography, best visuals. That's what they say there. Tara Tober, Damon Brown. They do a show about orphans.
Cool.
Basically talking about the facts of how many orphans there are in the United States still. And then they have, it's almost like a marching band show, a DCI show. They have a track with speech throughout the show of
like
a small,
thematic.
Yeah, they have a small child speaking throughout the show, and it is so impactful.
Oh, cool. Do you know if it was custom made for them?
Damon and Tara and the director came up with it all together, and it was really powerful. In the day, Brownsburg, Spotlight Singers, they had an amazing day show. They had the Waconia show just coming out and like, we're going to win this thing. And then in the finals, they had a great show too, but everyone else just kind of stepped it up. And I really had no clue what was going to happen. I was only judging visuals. And I had the top 3 groups a point apart. I had Carol in first, and they ended up winning best visuals. But the grand champion of the whole competition was Castle High School. And they were so incredible in the finals. It was an amazing day. I hadn't seen any of the shows.
You haven't really been in that circuit.
Any of the shows at all, I hadn't seen, and it was
That's cool.
It was awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, where were you?
I was at Chicagoland Showcase, and
that wasn't a good competition at all, was it?
No, it was kind of boring, really. No, well, here's what I will say is, that is the kind of one contest of the year where I have like usually like multiple groups at. And so I spent the entire day in warm-up at the soundboard, running straight to warm-up, running straight to the soundboard. Yeah,
I was texting you throughout the day, hearing nothing.
Radio blackout.
I was like, great, he hates me. Whatever.
Yeah, radio blackout. I couldn't, and yeah, T-Mobile doesn't work in schools, even in Chicago. So, but yeah, I really was trying to spend as much time with my own groups as possible. The only other group that I saw Jefferson Connection. They sang really nicely. Like, I really like them. And then I got to see...
They've had a great season, too.
I saw Wheaton North on video, and that's it. I mean, I didn't see anybody else. I was just trying to, like, give as much time to my groups as I could. And, like, having 4 during the day and then 2 in finals, it was just, like... And they're always, like, spread out where I'm just going one to the other. So I really, like, hung out with my groups all day, which is cool. But I didn't get to like show choir nerd out very much, in the sense of like just kind of watching and taking things in.
When I got back to the hotel after the competition, since I had the extra hour, I caught the live feed. I caught the tail end of Prospect, got into their closer, and then saw Carmel. I started to watch Carmel, and I could tell from the feed I was getting lots of individual voices in Prospect and in Carmel, and I was like, I can't watch this. I'm going to see them live next week.
Right, exactly.
Not going to do it.
That's what I was thinking with
But I saw their opening costumes.
Yeah.
And I was like,
what
is going on? I saw one of my former campers at SCA is in the group, and he's a tree. And I was just laughing because, like, I know the kid, and he's so funny, but he's in a tree doing choreography, and I'm like, I cannot wait to see this live.
I like wanted to talk to my groups after they performed too, because like, and be like, you know, it was a great show. And so like after Mixco went and Carmel was coming on, I was thinking, okay, I can run in here, but I'm gonna see it next weekend in an even bigger context. So I decided to like just hang with Mixco and like tell them good job, and I thought that was the right thing to do at that moment. But yeah, I saw the costumes because they came into warm up after we were leaving, and I was like, whoa, Okay.
Yeah.
There's some water. There's some trees.
Yeah.
I don't know what else is
Well,
going
they
on.
start with a "Where the Wild Things Are"
Okay.
kind of motif, and then I know that they do a part of Hamilton.
Really?
They sing a little bit of Hamilton,
Nice.
but I don't know
All
anything
right.
past that.
Well, next weekend we'll see.
Can't wait.
I don't know, but yeah. So I spent most of my time like running around with Marysville and Prospect and Hershey, and it was a great day. It's always one of my favorite days of the year. And as far as the sound was a little. Some groups had a lot more success blending than others, I will say. But like with that particular setup, it was really easy to catch like the individual voices. Like there were lots of shotgun mics across the front, and like yeah, I definitely noticed it was different groups had that problem in different ways, but everyone had it a little bit. And it's the same sound company that will be at Wheaton. So if you're in the front row and you're performing at Wheaton, it's going to be hot, probably. Just a heads up.
I just got a message from the tree boy. He is apparently watching. Kyle just messaged me and was like, "Are you talking about me?" Yes, Kyle, I saw you. You look awesome in your tree costume, but I was just laughing because you're in a tree costume. You look great, though.
Yes, I'm excited to see them. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting. And we've got some questions about Wheaton.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward too, because like we're not apart from each other. So like when one person is talking, we can't like check what's going on social media because we don't want to be rude. We're in the same frame.
Right.
But here, Alex
go ahead.
And I'm gonna go check the Twitter feed.
Well, before you jump into social media world, the first email I got this week was from Braxton Meadows, and it's about the SEA scholarship, which we did last year. We gave away 2 full ride scholarships to SEA. And you were kind of the leader of that. So is that a thing?
It is a thing. Okay. It's going to happen again. I need to meet with Jennifer Golsvig, who we put together the run at Show Choir Campus of America, which the teachers do, and they give money for that. That money goes towards the scholarship. We haven't met yet about the qualifications for this year, but once it is put together, which will happen in the next month, we will talk about it here.
Okay.
So yes, it is happening, and there are 2 being given away. It just might be a little bit different than last year.
Okay. So last year we had people writing in essays like, what does show choir mean to you? And well, you could use any media you wanted to use. Because Connor, our winner from Marysville, used a video, which we posted. Maybe we should post that again. That was a really cool video. But it'll be something different, but it is happening. There's your answer. Straight from the man. Okay.
Also, the temperature that was said was 54, and the temperature is 52, so I was correct.
You can't go over. You can't go over. That's so, I don't know. Okay.
Price is Right rules. Go ahead. Go ahead.
If anybody's going to play by Price is Right rules, it's the guy who was behind the Newsies cast at Price is Right being crazy. Okay.
Video.
Yeah, maybe we should post that one too.
That's a good one.
All right, here are some emails I got, just like reviews of the weekend and yeah, all kinds of stuff. So this one's from Luis. Luis was at Chicagoland Showcase. He was excited to see Marysville live for the first time. He says they killed it. He said he was very proud of Prospect. He is a Prospect alum. And he says Chicagoland is one of my favorite competitions. Every year it gets better and better. He also says, shout out to my bud, Alex Wampler. Shout out to Alex Wampler. I think we say his name more than any other name on this show.
And he is our Twitter header.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Alex Wampler just because it's a show. All right. Savannah sent an email that says, I wanted to thank all of Show Choir and all Show Choir people for an amazing 4 years. I celebrated my last comp ever at Avon yesterday with the most amazing people. Thanks to us for having the show and talking about Show Choir and spreading how awesome it is. And then it says, shout out to my homeschool Fishers for being great teammates and awesome people, even during crazy situations like our transit on Saturday. Please explain.
Yeah.
Please explain.
By the way, I saw Fishers. They were the first to go in the afternoon, and they were so solid.
Yeah.
It was a hard competition. It really was, and you guys had a great showing. There was a fire alarm that went off at 7 55 in the morning at Avon when the first group was warming up, and we all had to evacuate the high school.
Oh, I saw your video.
There was a group doing the Hokey Pokey, which might have been Fisher Girls Group, or I don't know. You'll have to tell me who it was.
She also wants to shout out Carol and Castle. This is from Hallie, who's from Fairfield, and she went to Heart of America. She said every group did really great. I loved ALA's Hercules show. I love to see how well they did. They were in second place this weekend. That's awesome. Or third behind Fairfield.
I'll read the results in a minute and we'll find out. I think
they were top 3. Anyway, yeah. That's really cool. Their soloists were insane, and their whole group did a nice job portraying the story, and they were super nice. She also says Franklin Central's vocals were amazing. They did a really great job. Yeah, it's Franklin Central 1 and Best Vocals, Fairfield 2nd with choreo and ALA. So shout out to...
I'm like, we're together right now, and I'm like trying to...
I'll read that one when it gets to the results. This is from Jacob. Jacob is from Eaton in Texas, and they hosted...
Jen Randall's in school.
And they hosted their first competition. He said it was a really fun experience, and I look forward to doing it next year. And he said the exhibition performance at the end was the most supportive crowd we've ever had so far. So that was awesome. And we got a email from Nick Oswald.
I know him.
Yeah. He says, although hosting a competition takes so much time and energy, it is so worth it to bring students together for a common goal of making music and memories they will have for a lifetime.
How poetic,
yeah.
Nick. Wow.
And then he says, I don't think I've ever met a group of students nicer than Wichita Flight. So glad we could host them at Jefferson again this year. Awesome.
Good job.
This is from Chris Jones. He wants to shout out Pike for their crazy energy and their connection to the audience. Their vocals were stunning.
They were the most authentic and genuine group that performed in the prelims at Avon. Yeah. They had such heart. I love their performance. Yeah.
This is an email we might have to take on later.
Ooh. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. We'll think about it. Okay, we're going to skip that.
I predict a good time.
Yeah. Okay, so this email is from Brendan, and it says, what are your predictions this coming weekend at Wheaton Warrenville South? I don't know to what degree we will take that question on, but maybe we will playfully entertain some notions. Mm-hmm. Kyler says, my show choir weekend started Friday, driving to Ankeny Centennial. He says Spectrum blew me away as always. And then Saturday, he was watching Urbandale and Carmel on the live feeds. And he says shout out to Wichita for placing second at Jefferson. This is from Lindsay in Omaha. They hosted the Viking Cup Invitational. And she said it went really well. She hosted some amazing schools, Ralston Middle School, and she was excited to be, or she is so glad to be a member of the Omaha North High Explosion. And this is from, this is from Nick, I believe. I was pasting these Google Docs in the car on the way here. But it says, I was at John Hersey this past weekend, and it says, it has to be the tightest finals I've ever witnessed live. I mean, it had to be up there. Those top 4 were just crazy. I had only seen Marysville and Wheaton Warrenville South before yesterday, and it was completely worth the drive from Ohio to watch. I was in awe from the moment Wheaton North started singing to them rocking out their closer. To think that a program so new could come this far is amazing. The last time I saw Carmel was back in 2011, and the Burleigh-Jordan combo is an awesome fit for the vocals those kids have always had and made them even better. That show blew my mind. Leave it to Burleigh to come up with the idea to tell a song through stories when we've all just gotten used to telling a story through songs. So that's some sort of clue as to what the show is about. If someone can get me one of those tree costumes,
Kyle, hook them up.
Kyle, meet Nick. And this is a nice note. Prospect always seems to have some of the most creatively designed shows. I'm sure Alex has a hand in it. While they might not always be the fast and crazy choreography group, they always have some of the most creative choreography. Thank you. Appreciate that. And this is kind of interesting. He says, is it normal for costume changes to happen before a ballad? I've never seen that until this weekend, and I swear every group did it.
I've seen it for many years. I don't know if it's just an Iowa thing. I don't think there's a certain right place to do it. I've seen it before.
Seen it done.
Yeah.
I've seen
it's
like, I don't Clinton shows where they would do like the guy girl number as their second number and then ballad third, or like in Prospect Show, their ballad is their fourth number, so they do like a transition number before and then right into the closer. So I guess it's happened. I would say it's not.
It's not common, but
it's not super common.
Yeah, I also don't think 4 costume changes is common, but I saw 3 groups this weekend do that, and I was like, yeah, and I was like, whoa, that's great.
That's a lot of.
I don't see that a lot in Iowa.
Gail, thanks.
Shout out to Gail McInnes.
Yes.
Best costumer out there.
Oh, yes. We should have her on the show. We should have people on the show sometimes.
I think we used to do that.
Yeah, Eric Van Cleve has been harassing me for us to have.
Which is funny because we've asked him before.
And I saw him on Saturday, and the first thing he said was, "So, who you having on the show?" Which is also what he tweeted us right before the show last time. I was like, "Well, you, Eric," and he said, "I'm not doing the show." I'm like, all right, well, I don't know.
Eric, are you watching? Tweet us now.
He might be. Okay, then Ryan from Franklin Central says, I was at Heart of America. Competition was crazy, and the choirs were even crazier. Waconia put on a great show with drastic improvement from prelims to finals. ALA's Hercules show was extremely theatrical and the most fun performance I've probably ever seen. Fairfield had a crazy good show as well. He wants to shout out Piqua for having an electric and energetic prelims performance. And he said it was a great opportunity and a great contest. And he also wants to give a shout out to their critique judge, Stephen Todd. He said he was the biggest inspiration and supporter. Everything he said was engineered to make us better, and he truthfully improved us so well and was just fantastic. Love him. And I think a lot of people would echo
Stephen Todd is one of the best critique judges out there / humans out there. We hired him for Muscatine this year, and he is just awesome.
Yeah. So I've got another email that we might get to, but that's going to be it. I'm going to let you get to results because I know.
Oh yeah, I also want to show this video because I think it's really interesting. Have you seen the ending of Ankeny Centennial's show?
No, I've not seen them at all, actually.
Okay, so they do Carmen, and they have the end of Carmen is the main girl getting stabbed and she dies. But at their spring show, they turned the tables and they had the chica, the lady, stab the guy. And I just think it's the coolest thing. It was sent to me today. I'll just play it here quick. Is that gonna, oh, you can't see it, can you? Oh, is it?
Yeah,
gone?
You should just tweet it.
Oh, I can tweet it.
Yeah.
I'll tweet it.
There you go.
There it goes.
Yeah, that didn't look like anything.
Yeah, whatever. I just thought it was really cool. I love plot twists. Great job, Ankeny Centennial.
Plot twist the guy.
Yeah. Let me get this go. Oh, I got to put my password in.
All right.
So
here we go.
There was a lot of competitions this weekend, and you know how I know? When putting this together, I kept adding more and more, and I was like, I thought this was supposed to be a down weekend.
Yeah, I thought
no, it's not. Here we go. All right, so how am I going to do this? I'll just put this back here.
Yeah, I'll leave your face up in the corner so you can
thank you.
Make sure you're still.
All right, so at the Smith Cotton competition, 6th place, Carthage; 5th place, Jefferson City; 4th place, Harrisonville; 3rd place, Rockbridge Girls Group; 2nd place, Rockbridge Varsity Group with the best band caption; and 1st place and their 4th win of the season, Pleasant Hill with best vocals and best choreography. At the North Central competition, 4th place, Northridge; 3rd place, Warren Central; 2nd place, Lawrence Central; and 1st place with best vocals, best choreography, their third win of the season, and they won Best Vocals at every competition they competed at this season, Center Grove.
Nice.
At the Lincoln Northeast competition, 5th place, Norfolk. 4th place, York. 3rd place, Beatrice Girls. 2nd place, Beatrice with Best Choreo and Best Band. And 1st place with Best Vocals, Aurora. At the Holman competition up in Wisconsin, that was really bad. I can't do a Wisconsin accent tonight. Sorry, folks. 7th place, Monona Grove. 6th place, La Crosse Logan. 5th place, Sauk Prairie. 4th place, West Des Moines Valley Prep Group. 3rd place, Eau Claire Memorial. 2nd place, West Des Moines Valley. And 1st place with their 3rd win of the season and a complete sweep of the captions, the Onalaska Hilltoppers. Oh!
I bet you could say Onalaska with a Wisconsin accent.
Yeah,
no, you're right.
Onalaska.
There you
I don't know.
You're adding a list.
I'm in Chicago. I just got a little bit spread. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, at the Totino Grace competition, 6th place, Chippewa Falls. 5th place, Janesville Craig with Best Band. 4th place, Fort Atkinson. 3rd place, St. Francis. 2nd place, Bemidji. And a 1st place, Best Vocals, Best Choreography, and their 5th win in a row. Best Vocals and Best Choreography, every competition they've been to, heading into the Wheaton-Warrenville South Choral Classic competition. The win went to Hastings Riverside Company.
Undefeated going to
Wheaton.
Why not?
Good luck, guys. I can't wait to see your show again. I haven't seen it since Ankeny Centennial, which was their first competition, and I fell in love with it there. I can't wait to see it again. At the Taze Valley competition, 3rd place, Herbert Hoover, which he was the 32nd president of the United States. He was born in West Branch, Iowa, just for anyone who wanted to know about Herbert Hoover.
I think you get the same president and tell the same fact every week.
I don't think you watched the show. 2nd place, Grove City, and 1st place with Best Vocals and Best Choreography, Findlay. At the Avon competition where I was at, 5th place, Ben Davis. 4th place, Carroll with Best Visuals. 3rd place, Plainfield. 2nd place, Brownsburg. And 1st place with their first grand championship of the season. And they missed finals last weekend. And they came back into this hard competition and won it. Castle with Best Vocals. At the Sioux City East competition, 6th place, O'Gorman with Best Band. 5th place, Westwood. 4th place, Papillion La Vista South. 3rd place, Aberdeen. 2nd place, Scott with Best Vocals. And 1st place, Sioux Falls Roosevelt with Best Choreography and their first win of the season. At the Emmetsburg competition in Iowa, 7th place, Sheldon. 6th place, Carroll. 5th place, LE Girls. I don't know what LE means. 4th place, Des Moines Lincoln. Tweet us if you know.
Lincoln East.
Oh, Lincoln East. Thank you. It's good that you're here.
Yeah.
3rd place, North St. Paul with Best Band. 2nd place, Lincoln East Varsity Group. And 1st place with their 3rd win of the season and Best Vocals, Best Choreography, Bloomington Kennedy Rhythm and Gold. And they literally have had the most wins in this season in over 15 years. So congratulations to you, Bloomington Kennedy. Awesome job. The Omaha North competition, 6th place, Nevada. 5th place, Pius X or Pius X. 4th place, Sioux Falls, Washington. 3rd place, Omaha South. 2nd place, Gretna. And 1st place with a complete sweep and their 2nd win in a row, Elkhorn High School. At the Manchester competition. 6th place. How do you say it?
Kicofton.
I thought it was Kickitan.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
6th place, Kickitan. 5th place, close, Atlee. 4th place, Cosby. 3rd place, Midlothian. 2nd place, Thomas Dale. And 1st place with Best Vocals and Best Choreography, Hanover. At the Enterprise Invitational, 5th place, Petal Girls Group. 4th place, Albertville. 3rd place, Tift County. 2nd place, Petal with Best Choreography. And 1st place with their first win this season and Best Vocals and a really cool choreographer, Chesterton Sandpipers. How do you feel?
Great.
This is bad. Web City competition, 3rd place Joplin, 2nd place Broken Arrow Girls Group, and 1st place with their 3rd win of the season and 4th win in a row, Broken Arrow.
4th in a row can't be true.
It is true because there is a last season and they won their last competition last.
No. Oh yeah, they did. That's right. They were 1st. My bad.
He thinks
Sorry.
I'm an amateur.
Sorry.
I mean, this is not amateur hour. I do my research.
All right. Sorry.
All right. Okay. Daniel Hand, 7th place Bartlett, 6th place Uniondale, 5th place Waltham, 4th place Somerset, 3rd place South Windsor, 2nd place Hart, California.
Okay.
Went all the way to the East Coast. Great
Nice.
job, guys.
Love
And
Hart.
1st place with the complete shutout sweep, Shepherd Hill.
Can't wait to see Hart in California.
Yeah, I get to see them
Pretty
twice.
soon.
Yeah,
Like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Nice.
At the East Noble competition, 5th place Northrop, 4th place Churubusco, 3rd place with best vocals Huntington North, 2nd place Marion Harding, 1st place Columbia City with best choreography. At the Lewis Central Invitational, 6th place Ralston, 5th place Millard North, 4th place Dowling Catholic, 3rd place Lincoln Southwest with their Candyland show, 2nd place Millard West with their Pleasantville show, and 1st place with their 4th win of the season and a sweep of the captions with their beautiful making a painting part of the art, amazing Technicolored show choir, Omaha West Side. Awesome job, guys. Love that show. Oak Grove, 5th place Purvis, 4th place Sumrall. I've never said that name on Show Choir Live. Welcome to Show Choir Live, Sumrall. 3rd place Jackson Academy, and 2nd place Grenada. And I have to say, Grenada has had an incredible season. They've gotten 2nd place the last 3 competitions. Congratulations, Grenada. 1st place went to Clinton Attaché with best vocals and best choreography. At the South Dearborn competition, 6th place Clover Hill Prep, 5th place Shelbyville, 4th place Homestead, 3rd place Clover Hill, 2nd place Coleraine, and 1st place, snapping Coleraine's streak of 4 wins in a row, Loveland with best vocals, best choreo, and best band. Coleraine was on a streak this season.
Yeah, they've been placing really well.
I need to see their show. I've heard it's awesome. Cedar Rapids Jefferson, 7th place Williamsburg, 6th place Milton, 5th place Indianola, 4th place West Delaware, 3rd place ending their season, Muscatine River City Rhythm. Hi guys, congratulations on your placing here. 2nd place Wichita, their 3rd finals appearance in their history. Congratulations,
awesome.
guys. And with the win and sweep of the captions, Urbandale, Studio place Sullivan, 5th place Decatur, 4th place Danville, 3rd place with best band Mitchell, Friend de Coup, 2nd place with best vocals the Buffalo Grove, The Expressions, and 1st place a surprise with best choreography and their 1st win of the season, Mount Zion Swing Stations.
Wow.
Back under the direction of the Connie Mulligan, who was director in the early and late 90s.
90s.
Congratulations, yeah. Swing Stations. Burbank Invitational, 4th place Cypress, 3rd place Bonita Vista, 2nd place John Burroughs, and with their 1st showing out with best vocals and best choreography, Los Al. At the Heart of America competition in Cincinnati, 5th place Edgewood, 4th place Waconia, 3rd place ALA, 2nd place Fairfield with best choreography and best band, and 1st place with best vocals, Franklin Central. And closing out the competitions for this weekend, the John Hersey competition, kind of a preface for the Wheaton Warrenville competition, 6th place La Crosse Central, 5th place Prospect with best band, 4th place Wheaton North, Third place, Marysville, Swingers Unlimited. Second place, Wheaton Warrenville, the Classics. And first place with their third win and third time they got best vocals and best choreography, Carmel, the Ambassadors.
That's some momentum going into the big one.
That's exciting. Congratulations, Carmel. Congratulations, Tree Kyle.
And congratulations to everyone in that final.
Yeah,
that
was deep.
Those last few are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like I would just be a spectator at any of those last four.
Yeah.
It's a pretty amazing contest. So, wow, good job. We did it.
We did it. You sat next to me.
Yeah, I reacted to them sometimes.
I like the backdrop we have going.
Yeah, I can't really explain.
I just noticed
that
for the first time. We've been so rushed.
I can't really explain that, and I'm not even going to try. So, and yes, it is, yeah, I'm just not even going to explain it. It's weird. However, there's a couple questions I think we need to talk about. And this first this is an email that we got that I think would be interesting to talk about, and I think we could go on for a while about it if we wanted to. But this is a email from Lucas. He says, I was interested in seeing what your guys' thoughts were when it comes to the differences between show choirs between states. It seems like there are differences between Illinois, Iowa, Missouri, and more Midwestern states with the way they sing to how their shows are designed. Do you think that there are vast differences between states? If so, what are some major differences? Also, is it difficult to judge two or more different states together at a competition? I think, like, is it difficult to judge two or more different styles together at a competition is what I would take that to mean. For example, he says an Illinois group next to a California group. So what are your thoughts on that?
That's a lot of questions.
Right. So, okay. So let's just start with this.
All right.
There are differences between states.
Let's talk about
styles and show
what we think. I'm going to throw this out here, just getting the ball rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Illinois. When I think of Illinois show choir, I think of choreography.
Yeah.
Great, fluid, hip, cool.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would also, because I was talking to some Texas parents about this actually, because they were asking me like the exact same question. And I would also say, like, there might be a mild theme or story element to it.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, if you go back in the last 4 years, I would say if you think of the bigger ones like Buffalo Grove's Butterfly Show or like Wheaton Wizard of Oz or like, you know, like I would say like it's become like integrated into an Illinois style show choir. Which I actually would say that Keller, Texas, Keller Central is an Illinois-style show.
Oh, definitely,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With the style of choreography that they have and with their show design, that's an Illinois show, right? So would you include like the story element or a thematic element alongside that, or would you just say it seems like it's more about the choreography?
I guess I also would kind of change that too, because with the rise of the Chicago suburbs schools, like you've mentioned, I feel like when I think of what I just said, how choreography is Illinois, I think more scattered. I think of Mount Zion. I think of old school Sullivan. I think of Eisenhower. I think of these groups that just dance so much.
Right.
But now that we're talking about it and I'm thinking, oh yeah, Chicago suburbs, that's Illinois too.
Right.
Yeah, it kind of changes. It kind of changes the whole.
Yes.
It kind of changes the whole feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I would think about like you could take it back to like I'm thinking of like mid-2000s Decatur area, like Mount Zion and Eisenhower. Like they didn't have like story shows, but man, that stuff was rocking.
Golden.
That was
like
awesome
Glory
stuff.
Day. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So Illinois, what would you say about Indiana? I'm from there, but I'm
You're
from
a Fort
there.
Wayne boy.
Right, but I would say DeKalb is an Illinois style show choir. Like I wouldn't say, like when I think of Indiana, I'm thinking Franklin Central or North Central or Pike or Ben Davis or Carroll or Norwell. So
I feel like
what
there's
would
a
you
good
say?
eclectic mix in there.
There is. I mean, I guess Indianapolis is its own style in some ways. Maybe separate from like Fort Wayne area.
I just feel like the show effects,
like the Center Grove costume, like a big dress, or
even backdrops,
or the old Huntington North back in the day used to have massive riser set up, like
and not to
twice as high
say
as it
it's
used to
less
be.
about the vocals, less about the choreography.
But just like
it's just
picking
that
out the
they
unique-
have,
right,
those
unique
little
elements of it.
things that tie it all together.
Yeah, that's a good way to think of it. And then if you think Indianapolis specifically, you think big vocals, and you could really kind of say it kind of varies depending on the choreographer from there, but they all have that element of like slap you in the head vocals.
And Plainfield this weekend, they're a Class B school, and they had these huge backdrop set things. And the first thing I said on the tape was, you need to come, your parent group needs to come to Iowa and teach our parent groups how to get this on a stage fast enough. Yeah, right. They were just slam bam, thank you man, on and off, and it was ready. Right. And they were just as effective as all the other groups there. I was really impressed.
What would you say the difference is? This is where one that I think is tricky is changing the difference between Indiana and Ohio, especially recently.
I have not seen enough of Ohio groups to really say.
I've seen a lot of like the groups that compete at Marysville, and I work with Fairfield and Marysville. But I've seen Twinsburg for the last 6 years.
Contrary to popular belief, I'm just going to put that out there. When I say that I haven't seen enough Ohio groups in recent history,
you mean in person?
Yeah, you will. Well, but see, here's the thing: you will come to an age where you will realize that live feeds and YouTube videos are not good enough, and you will actually stop watching them because they aren't good enough. You watch it and you get one idea, and then you see a group live and you're like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I kind of stopped watching YouTube videos of a group that I haven't seen in person because it's not fair to judge.
Not the same, right?
You can't judge off of a video. I don't care what you think or what you say. If you're not at a competition.
Well, okay, so
the video I saw of Carmel the other night is not going to be the feeling that I have when I see them live.
Right, exactly. So I don't know. When I think of Ohio, I think Loveland, I think Marysville, I think Twinsburg, I think Fairfield. Findlay would tie in more in my mind
Indiana,
into an Indiana style, because that's like
Center Grove,
like the like more classy, like flowy, like classic showbiz Broadway style. I would say they fit in more with Indiana. When I think of Ohio, I think Ohio is kind of, at least those groups that first come to mind to me, that's more like cool. It's more fun. It's more choreography. It reminds me of Illinois, really.
I agree. I don't know how to
I think
I agree with that.
Like, I think Marysville is Illinois style. I think Fairfield, I would say, too. So I would say, now what about Iowa? What do you say about Iowa?
When I think of Iowa show choir, the first thing that comes to my mind, and you might disagree, and you viewers might disagree, I just think vocals. And one reason I think vocals is stylistically throughout all the states, I think they have a different sound, and it's because the schools in Iowa are based in concert choir. Concert choir has been a thing huge in the state for years before show choir. You have directors who come from universities, colleges that are
Like that's their main
Yes,
thing.
that is
Yeah.
where it comes from. And a lot of these people come to their high school and they have a show choir and they're like, oh, we have to do this now.
Mhm.
And that's where it's based in.
Right.
But also you have so many different choreographers coming through the state with different groups.
Mhm.
You get different
Kind of takes on it.
like Ankeny Centennial. They remind me of California show choir.
Oh, you would have
I
to
mean,
put them in that.
That show is
You would almost maybe. I haven't seen Carmel yet, but they look California-esque at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, but maybe Ankeny would be in a California
Mhm.
style. But to me, like when I think of like the bigger Cedar Rapids schools or
Johnston.
but I would say that there's kind of a style right now of that's Iowa, Nebraska, Minnesota. That those three states are kind of the
I
same.
agree.
They're the same circuit in a way to me.
And Nebraska has taken huge strides in the last 5 years.
It's
like,
and seeing it live is different. And I would say the same thing. And like after last season and through this season, but especially after last season, I kind of went, I think Nebraska is on like the same level as Indiana. Like as far as there are this many groups that are this good, and as a state, like they have really come on strong. So has Minnesota. And like I think those three states kind of have like that similar style. Like you're gonna see 58 kids on stage, like big elevated platforms, lots of cool show elements, but not necessarily a through theme. You know what I'm saying?
agreed.
And I would say, yeah, like I think of like Waconia and Johnston and like some of those groups, like that's the Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota style.
I will say this, we think about these Chicago suburb schools, we don't really ever talk about Minneapolis / St. Paul. Yes, they have Hastings, they have Waconia, but like that is such an untapped area.
Yeah.
Like that is the Chicago suburbs of Minnesota.
Right.
And there is hardly anything.
Right. Yeah.
Like to think if
something
could
still
take
were to come
like
along.
Yeah, because there really isn't a lot of show choirs in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and think about
Totino Grace, Fridley.
Right. But like it's probably largely untapped in a city that big. And definitely we talk about Chicago all the time because like yes, it's an established center for stuff like this, but it's not even close to what it could be. I mean, even in the Prospect, Hersey, Buffalo Grove district alone, that's the 3 schools. There's probably at least 5 others in that direct area that have like a lot of talent that are. Wheeling is brand new onto the scene in the last 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, just driving through the area,
improving so fast. I mean, yeah.
Downers Grove, Romeoville. I can name all the cities, and I pass them driving, and I'm like, they don't have a show choir. They don't have a show choir. They don't have a show choir. It was so enlightening today to be driving around Indianapolis. I didn't have a clue. Avon, Plainfield, all these shows, they're all in that area. Lebanon, like, and I was like, my mind was blown. I was like, oh, this is the Indianapolis suburbs.
Right. And well, that's what it's going to be like in a place like Minneapolis in 10 or 20 years.
If it takes hold.
Right. But I think like Indianapolis is like the example of like what happens when there's a really healthy culture that cultivates over several decades. Like you just get powerhouse after powerhouse after powerhouse after powerhouse, and they're all right up next to each other. Like I think Minneapolis could be like that.
Young directors move to Minneapolis, St. Paul, move to the funky town.
Move to Texas, actually.
I mean, it's already taken root there.
Yes.
Move to Wyoming. Just kidding.
Move to San Francisco and Oakland. That's the
Bay
next,
Area. Let's
that's
do
what
it.
I want to come online next. And they have what's the school that Damon does up there by Oakland? Mount Eden.
Mount Eden
is so good.
Every single year.
If they could have a handful
huge
of Mount
steps
Edens
every single year, they get better.
What about he mentions Missouri in the email.
Missouri
haven't seen
reminds me
much.
of Indiana Show Choir. They
Okay.
have a lot of show elements. They've got backdrops. They've
Mhm.
got things happening. I wish there was a few more mainstream choreographers. They have a lot of new up-and-coming young people, which is exciting and awesome. Don't get me wrong. But like Chad is down there and a few groups, I think. But, there's not like a Dwight, an April,
Right.
a Steven. There aren't – Troy. Troy has Steven.
Troy's been doing great this
year. Yeah, and I think this is like maybe second year with him. But I wish there was a few schools that would just have a few of the bigger name choreographers come in and kind of start this culture. There's a lot of great groups down there, and there's a lot of groups in Missouri. There's more groups in Missouri than there is in Minnesota.
Really?
Yes. I feel like Missouri.
Do the Missouri people go compete in Nebraska often? Like, is that
not often? It does happen.
It doesn't seem like there's overlap.
Harrisonville comes up there. There might be a few others, not often.
It's not like,
and they don't come to Iowa.
Intermingled as much as
they kind of go to Illinois. Troy travels, and they always have. So kudos to them for doing that.
And I can see it happening where, in the same way that Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota seem to be the same circuit, there's a developing circuit of Wichita, like Tulsa, Oklahoma City, and Dallas, like a Southern Plains circuit.
Jenks, Broken Arrow, Wichita, they're
and all the Texas groups. Is there a contest in Oklahoma yet? Because I don't think there is.
Justin Rosser is going to have the first one next year. Wink, wink, make it happen.
So, okay.
He's going to text me right away and be like, I hate you.
Yeah, you maybe just blew it. And then obviously, like, California shows. And you know who else we need to talk about is New England shows.
Yeah, well, we also need to talk about Southern Show Choir.
Oh, right. Southern Show Choir, like, I think of, like, Clinton, obviously.
Old school pedal.
So, like, kind of like big hair, dresses, lots of big
pageantry.
Yes, the pageantry of the show part of it. That's like what I would think of.
Tight, clean choreo.
Very clean. Yeah.
Unbeatably clean.
And then as far as New England, what would you say about New England?
I haven't seen a lot. Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I've seen anybody. I maybe have seen like a Daniel Hand show.
I've seen videos and I just don't feel comfortable judging.
Yeah, I've not seen them live, but I know that they often do story shows.
Bubba does a lot of those groups out there.
They do a lot of. It developed on its own. On its own, it developed kind of like California, where they're doing a lot of story elements. Like I've heard of a lot of there was one group I've heard of a show where the end of the show, one competition season, like their closer and the scene that they set and their closer was the beginning of their opener the next year. And
I've always wanted to do something
the 2 years combined made one
a complete
story. Yeah. And I think it's a dark to light thing. So if there's any New England people watching, let me know who that is, and maybe we can post a video. But I haven't been out there to see anything. They don't often compete, outside of maybe a national contest here or there. But I would say that when I think of New England Show Choir, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking story show.
I wish the New England Show Choirs could kind of hijack what Maine is doing. And I've talked about it a long time ago on the show. There is this weird subset thing in Maine. They have show choir happening, but what they are doing is kind of a Sauk Prairie style thing where they take a musical.
There's a whole horde of Sauk Prairies in Maine?
In Maine, yes. And they don't have risers, but they have boxes, and they set them up, and they have
70s California.
25 to 35 kids in each group, and they're doing a 20-minute show on a musical.
A review, kind of.
You can go on YouTube, look up, I don't know if it's Maine Show Choir. If you get one group, you're going to get a whole host of groups on the side, and click those.
Whoa, maybe we can get maybe Bubba or someone in New England would reach out to some of those groups and invite them to a contest.
They are essentially show choir, and I don't even know if they know that show choir is
the rest of us. Yeah, right. They're just their own little circuit.
Yeah. It's
Weird.
really cool,
Let's-
and I'm really interested in it.
Yeah.
I just want to like.
We should text Bubba and have him reach out to them because I know he's super passionate about that kind of stuff. He would love that. Wow, that was kind of a cool conversation. I didn't think it was.
And we didn't even
No.
scratch the surface because there's more questions. But I mean, it's hard to. Here's the question.
The
it's
question
hard
is-
to
yeah.
judge groups from different states. I think it's harder to judge different vocal stylings than it is to judge different choreography styles. That's just me. I'm more of a vocal person. What do you think about that? When it comes to
I love this tweet. The ambassador guys are watching Show Choir Live and cheering every time Adam shouts out to Tree Kyle.
Tree Kyle. It's not Free Kyle. It's hashtag Tree Kyle. Tree Kyle's the best.
We
One of my
have to get a
favorite
picture
campers
with
at
Tree
SCA. Tree Kyle. We're gonna get a picture with you
Yep.
at Wheaton next week.
Yep. Okay, so the question is it hard to judge like the different styles or?
I guess
reframe
I'm
that
saying,
again.
is it harder to judge different choreography styles, or is it harder to judge different vocal styles?
I mean, I think they're both nuanced in they can be nuanced in a very specific way in a specific style. They can both be like executed in a way that's, to a very high level of detail. But Bubba just said, amen. I will definitely reach out. Awesome.
Get those main choirs.
But I feel like everything, you get to a place where it's apples and oranges. And I was at the sound booth. I turned around to Eric Van Cleve to say hello. I said, how's it going? And he just shakes his head and he goes, apples to oranges. Because those groups were all so good. And I was like, that's the fun part, right? Like when it gets to that level of show choir where everything is being executed so well in its own way, because there is no right answer to what we're supposed to do with that medium. That's the fun part to me. And yeah, it's hard to judge. And I guess like you have to use whatever score sheet you have and whatever instructions you have from the competition as like your framework for how you're gonna decide those things. But I'm not answering the question.
No.
But to me, that's the fun part. Like Wheaton, to tie into Wheaton, because I think most people who are watching this at this point are going to be very interested in Wheaton. And Wheaton is going to be an entire day of apples and oranges. And the top 6 groups are going to be very different and have big stylistic choices that are completely different. And that's the fun part to me, because it's all going to be executed at such a high level.
But I feel like this, what I was trying to say is like, especially on the vocal side, take this weekend. You had 2 vocal judges at Avon, and one judge had one group in first in finals vocally, and the other judge had that same group in 5th at the end of, and a pretty big spread. Great River. Overall, you had one judge have a group in first place, and another judge you had a group
12th
at 11th
13th
place.
or
I mean,
whatever, yeah.
there are so many apples to oranges moments, but I feel like
to me, it's the kind of, I don't know, I don't want a right answer to this question.
And I don't either. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, because
and
then you really limit, I mean, we end up turning into like a drill. Like, and that's not what we want.
This is such a subjective,
it has to,
this is art.
Well, it has to stay in the same way that all Broadway shows, you could say you like them or you don't based on a billion different reasons. Like, we have to keep that element of theater because that's what makes it good, right?
Amen.
Boom. Boom. All right. It's 9:30. So
wow, we had an hour show.
Are we going to predict Wheaton? Do we need to do that?
I refuse to.
I don't think we want to.
There are like 11 amazing show choirs there. Honestly, I would say let's make a prediction that doesn't what's something I could say?
You jokingly said your prediction was that it was going to be a very fun day. That was your prediction. It's
going to be a fun day for me because I get to watch it and not worry whatsoever.
Yeah.
I have no I love all the children competing, of course, especially hashtag Tree Kyle. Yeah, I get to watch as a spectator and enjoy it. I guess my only prediction would be that the Naperville North Hot Brockets will be somewhere top 3 best bands. I'll say that.
Okay. That's not like all that crazy of it.
No, it's very safe. That's a safe bet.
Yeah, outside of that, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, I don't know what else I could predict about that. I predict that the gymnasium will be absolutely packed by the first varsity group of the day.
11 a.m. It's going to be.
I know like 55 people coming to this competition just to watch show choir.
Yeah. So, you know what we should do is we should Periscope and do some like check-ins throughout the day.
I also thought maybe we should take videos throughout the day, piece it together, and release it in a separate show choir not live video.
DVD for sale?
I wasn't gonna say DVD. What is this, 2007?
I'm getting some major sass over there. Jeez. All right. Well, we'll do something. We'll Periscope or we'll shoot some video at the contest, and we'll try to like
the Periscope, whatever.
Sass and warranty.
No, I'm just kidding. We'll Periscope.
It's you guys use Periscope.
I have it, but I don't.
I mean, it's cool. Okay. All the baseball blogs.
Tweet us if you use Periscope. That's what I want to know before we do it. Because if we're doing it for like hashtag Tree Kyle and he's the only one watching,
you don't need the app to watch. We're gonna talk about this.
No,
later.
I know. I know how to use Periscope.
We don't need the app to watch it. It just comes up on Twitter.
I guess I don't know how to use it.
Everyone watching this has Twitter because we only talk about the fact that we even have a show on Twitter, and it just comes up on Twitter like a little video.
Yeah. Lady Gaga did it.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think I've convinced him, folks. Anyway. So anyway, I think we're gonna Periscope and and do some little cut-ins and reactions and check in throughout the day. And I've got some groups that will be competing there, and we may.
Shout out to Karina Brown, who just texted me, "When is the show ending?"
All right.
We get it. We're leaving. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, guys, we'll see you at Wheaton. Please stay with us on Twitter, and we will check in with you.
Periscope. They're just
You're getting like
all right, I
killed
get it.
on the fact that you don't Periscope. Okay. So anyway, Saturday, Periscope, Wheaton. It's happening. We're gonna check in a few times during the day. I'm sure there's a Wheaton live stream that you'll be able to watch, and you can kind of click on us in between. And we're super pumped. It's definitely the event of the year for show choir nerds, and I mean I can't think of anything even close.
There isn't anything comparable besides. I feel like Los Al is exciting. It's not as
deep, but also exciting.
But I mean, you've got Twinsburg, Mount Zion. Yeah, there's a lot of those. Great River was Chicagoland.
This is the weekend, you guys. So if you're a show choir nerd, this is what you're looking forward to, and we are too. We got a bunch of friends coming into town, and we will be checking in with them as well, and with you guys. So if you're at Wheaton, tweet us, come say hello. We're going to be taking a picture with Tree Kyle, and we'll take selfies all day if you want.
Hashtag Tree Kyle is probably trending worldwide right now.
All right, guys. Well, excited to see you on Saturday. Hope that you enjoyed our very rushed, last-minute,
but longest episode of the season.
We rambled a little bit, but y'all hung with us the entire time, which is awesome. So thanks for checking in. We will see you on Saturday at the competition in Wheaton. And until then.
Hashtag tree. I can't say it.
Just don't even worry about it. You said it enough.
From Chi-Town.
From Lincoln Park, Abstract Cupcake Art, Chicago. Thanks, guys. See you.
Bye.